Hey everyone, it's Allie and welcome to my channel, and today I am super excited to share with you guys everything I found during my first thrift trip in Charleston, South Carolina. Alright you guys, so yes, I finally went thrifting. I actually live in Summerville, South Carolina. Charleston is about 35-40 minutes from where I live. So the majority of my thrifting will be in this Summerville area. I am hoping to get to the bins more often down here in Charleston than I did in Columbus. And the reason for that is I just don't think the thrifting is as good as it was in Columbus. I knew I was spoiled up there. I had a very, very good honey hole thrift store that was not the cheapest, but I could always find so much stuff. Like, I could have come out with 5 carts every time I went thrifting at this store. And so yeah, I was a little bit nervous about the thrift scene here in Summerville, at least because my husband and I did come and check out the area a year ago when we were deciding if we wanted to move here or not. And I did go to 2 thrift stores. The one I went to today, which is just the community thrift store, that's literally what it's called, and then also the Goodwill in the area. And the Goodwill, I am sorry to say for myself and for everyone else who lives around here, that they don't do sales, and that is like pretty much primarily what I shop when I do go to Goodwills, no matter where I am. Because the prices are not fabulous, usually it's like $5 and up, I would pretty much always stick to the half price tags. And even in Columbus, the Goodwills were not my favorite place to shop because it just seemed like really hit or miss on what I could find. But I have yet to go to the Goodwill here since I have moved. The last year when I went, yeah, no sales, and I really couldn't find anything good at all anyway. And unfortunately, this community thrift store, in the 2 times I've gone, which I know is not that much, it hasn't been the best either. I just am not really finding good brands. Everything seems pretty outdated. The brands are not that great. But what I have found at this community thrift store, both this time that I went today and when I went last year, is that they do tend to have pretty good vintage items. So I'm not mad at that by any means. I feel like in certain ways I had a hard time finding good vintage in Columbus. But yeah, I may just be becoming a primarily vintage seller living here. I for sure would never dive 100% into that category. Like, I know some sellers, they exclusively sell vintage, but I'm trying to just kind of adapt to what I have available to me in this area. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'll be able to pick up a lot of good vintage at this community thrift store. I am gonna go to the Goodwill at least a few times, but if it's not looking that great, I'm not gonna really waste my time by going there. And I do definitely want to go to the Bins, which is located in North Charleston. So thankfully not too far from my house. I think it'll be about 30-35 minutes. But I am really excited to get back into my thrifting. As I said in my work with me chat video, it's been kind of nice to take a little bit of a break from thrifting, about a 2-month break, and now I am really excited to get back into it and yeah, potentially make my closet much more vintage centered. But alright, enough chit chat, let me give you the details of this particular thrift trip. I am quite happy with the cost of goods. This thrift store, the community thrift store in Summerville, I get a little nervous about stores like these because they price everything individually, but I did think the prices were actually very fair. So I ended up getting 16 items and I spent $61.40, which makes my average cost of goods just $3.80, which I do think is pretty good. I really love to keep the cost of goods under $4, so we're right there. But yeah, as you'll see, pretty much everything is vintage. It's not even that other brands were marked up super high. They just were not in this thrift store at all. But I did actually find a brand randomly that has been on my bucket list for a while. It's like the only non-vintage brand I found pretty much. So let's start with the one that I was the most iffy about, just because I know a very specific person will buy this dress, but I got this for a great price and it is in excellent condition and it is very cute for the right person. This is originally from a brand called Lisa 2, I guess. I'm not sure what the year would be. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more research about vintage since that is what I'm finding. It says it's a size 18, which I'm sure more of like a 14 or so, but it's really nice to find vintage in plus sizes. But yeah, it is really, really cute. This detail here, you either love it or you hate it, but but I do feel like somebody actually could style this really well. Maybe put like a vest over it or something like that. And I absolutely love the floral pattern. That's what kind of sold me. And yeah, nothing is like missing. There's this button in the back that keeps it closed. No stains, no weird smells even or anything like that. So I do think that this is a pretty good vintage find. Okay, next is one that actually is not vintage. This is Talbot's. I definitely don't mind picking up pieces from these more mature brands. And the main reason I got this is because it is new with tags. It originally retailed for $80, and this is a petite extra large. An extra large is my favorite size to sell, and especially when I am picking up Talbot's and yeah, the other mature brands like J. Jill, Eileen Fisher, I definitely want to stick to large or plus size. And I do think that this is really, really cute for summer, very much like nautical vibes, and I think of course just the fact that it is new with tags will hopefully help me get at least like 28 for this. My sales have been slowly picking back up. I've not of course had a good selling year with preparing to move, moving. I've had my Poshmark closet on vacation mode a lot of weeks this year, which of course doesn't help because those are weeks that you're just not even open, so people can't buy from you. But I think it absolutely does mess with the algorithm and everything, and you're just like not seen as much. I don't know how it works. So I'm slowly getting like the daily sales again, but I'm not selling stuff for very much money. I feel like people only really buy stuff if I send really good offers. I also have not been daily listing, so I'm not doing a lot of the things that you should do if you want to have strong, consistent sales. But now that our house is basically done being decorated, which is crazy, I was not expecting that. I hoped for it, but I wasn't expecting that. I'm really trying to just get back into a daily routine and list at least a few things every day. Okay, here is another great plus size vintage piece. I think this brand is Class. It says by Just Class. It says it's a size 4X. Again, of course, I'll have to include the measurements, but I mean, definitely, I would say at least like a 2 or 3X. And this might be a little bit more fall, but it is short sleeves. And I do think it's really cute. It has some buttons here. They're all there. We love that. And I love mix match patterns. So I think this is super adorable. And so you could wear this in the warm weather, or you could throw tights and boots on for the fall. And the colors definitely work for that. So I am really excited about this one. This was only $4, and that's how much a lot of these dresses were. This is also a super, super cute piece for fall. I feel like it's very dark academia or even light academia. This is from a vintage brand called Virgo 2. A lot of brands and then 2 for some reason. The tag looks super old. It says it's a size 10. I would guesstimate more of a 6 to 8 for this, but so stinking cute. This is for sure one that I feel like would get snatched up. You never know with vintage. That collar, I think this might be my favorite find of the day. And this again was only $3.99. And I asked the lady who was checking me out if they had any sales or anything like that, like if I should come certain days in the future. And she said no, but they do mark things down pretty regularly. And so I did see some things. I even picked up some things that like had a slash through the price and then they mark it down 50%. So I feel like they do that fairly often because I do think they have a lot of stuff. But okay, this is one I did just pick up for myself. It was only $2, and I am so excited for the future because they had a ton of t-shirts in the guy section. And for whatever reason, I feel like my thrift stores back in Columbus, they just never had like a lot of t-shirts. And there were some that I was thinking about picking up, and I definitely think I could have made money on them, like more sports t-shirts, but nothing that was like totally calling my name. So I ended up not really picking up any t-shirts, but I am excited to find some gems in the future. But yeah, I just got this for myself. I figured just to kind of wear around with like bike shorts or whatever. I really, really love this color, and I do like this graphic on the back as well. And this is from the t-shirt brand Comfort Colors, I think is what it's called. And they make really, really comfortable shirts. Honestly, I might give this to my little brother too whenever I see him because I feel like he would really like this. This one I was debating on because it's pretty plain, but I feel like it definitely still has a distinctive vintage look to it. But this is a really, really nice green, and I wish people would be able to feel this through the screen when they are looking to buy it because it's really, really comfortable. It is from Nautica. This is one, it's probably not like uber old, like maybe 30 years or so old, I would say, but it's in great shape, beautiful color, and you can see it does have that little patch right there that's really the only detail on the sweatshirt. But I think this is nice because you could actually dress this up or you could kind of just wear it more casually. So we'll see about this one, but I do always like to pick up men's items when I can because I do usually have pretty good luck with them. I just don't have a lot in my closet. Oh, this is another one that will be kind of an experiment. I told myself that I did want to quickly look through the pajama section, which I find is not very big at any thrift store, but I do sell pajamas pretty well, and I think I'm down to like one nighttime item in my closet, so I was hoping to get a couple, but I did get this one set, and it looks pretty new, and it is from the Downton Abbey collection by Pajamagram, and Pajamagram does decent. It seems like it depends on the piece. And this is one that was marked down. Originally it was $6 and I was able to get this set for only $3. It's in fantastic shape. I think it is super cute. Both of these pieces are a medium, like really, really pretty colors. And now we have a piece that is from a bucket list brand. It's not the most exciting piece, but I was for sure gonna pick it up for $4. So it is this skirt, and I think it is a great, you know, spring summer skirt. It's a good length. I think it would be about a midi length, maybe knee length on most people, and it is a size large. And the brand that this is from is Peruvian Collection. Yeah, I just have never found anything, I don't think, from this brand before. I'm thinking maybe I came across it potentially at that really good thrift store in Columbus, but if I had found it there, it would have been very, very expensive. So maybe I have seen it out in the wild, but it wasn't worth picking up. And I know this is not like the best item to get from this brand, but I'm curious to see how much attention it gets, if it will sell pretty quickly. And this is 100% Pima cotton, so definitely still very, very good materials. Okay, now we have one sweater. I did just really, really quickly skim the sweater section, and this is the only one that like really stood out to me. And I'm not really looking for sweaters right now. I'm absolutely focused more on pretty dresses, skirts. I do have a lot of blouses that I'm currently looking at, so I don't really want to get too many more of those. But yeah, I just figured if something jumped out at me, I would pick it up in the sweater section. And this is a vintage one from Extra International. It says it's a size 1X. I think this would be really, really cute to wear oversized, like even if you were a size like small or medium, I think this would be really, really cute just to wear with leggings. It is also a wool blend. It's 30% wool and 70% acrylic, so pretty good materials there. And I do think it's really cozy. Like, it is a true vintage piece, but it definitely could be sold in stores now too. And as far as I can tell, I didn't look too closely at it in the store. No holes or anything like that, so good to go there. This is one I debated on because there is a slight flaw, but I absolutely love selling vintage pieces like this, and I find that they do quite well in my closet. And that is this style shirt. I guess it's just a polo shirt, but this like color blocking, it just screams 90s. It screams Boy Meets World and all those shows that were out during that time. And I don't find these too often because I do think people like to wear them. But we've got like the nice burgundy, and then we've got the blue sleeve, and then the cream other sleeve, and then the back is green. So really, really fun piece. And thankfully the collar is not like stained or anything like that. But there is, and I don't even know if you'll be able to tell at all, but there is like a slight stain right here. But it's really not that bad at all. It definitely wasn't bad enough for me not to pick up this piece. I did get it for only $3. And this is a great size as well. It's 100% cotton, and it's a size XXL from a brand called Cross Creek. So I'm really excited about this one, and I think a vintage loving guy would love to scoop this up. We've got another guy's piece here. I'm not quite sure when this would be from. I think it is safe to say it's vintage, but probably not like uber old. This is from Bass & Co. It's a size extra large, 100% cotton, and it is made in the Northern Mariana Islands of USA. So I'll have to look that up because that might help me date the tag. But I love this. It is such a good little summer look. Very, very cute. And I really love the feel of this piece too. And of course the fact that it is a size XL. A lot of guys are that size. A lot of guys I know are that size, and maybe one of them would want this too. This is one I got for only $2. Looks like the brand is Norm Thompson. It says it's a size 8. This one I wasn't quite sure about picking up, but because it was only $2, I did just get it. This is not really my style. It's kind of like an Asian inspired cut, I feel like. Just the way the collar is, and then like the button right there. I think I can definitely find a buyer for this, and even if I get like $18 to $20 on a lot of these pieces. I'm quite happy with that because I'm not spending that much on them. Okay, we do have a skirt. I did like this one a lot. There were quite a lot of vintage skirts, but I felt like this one was the one that was the most sellable. This is from Parisian Signature. It is a wool blend. It is 29% wool. This I think is so adorable for the fall. I love houndstooth, big houndstooth girl, and I love that it is brown. And then it also has this detail right here. I feel like it's just really cute and flattering. So this with like a sweater and tights and some like loafers, I think would be so cute. Now we've got a very spring looking dress. This is from Althuser. It is a size 8. It says made in USA. It does look like it's pretty old. So I'm excited to look into this one. And do let me know if you have any vintage brands that you wouldn't mind sharing that I should be on the lookout for. Love that color scheme. Kind of like a lime green with like a pink belted type area right there. And this also is either 100% linen or just a lot of linen. Yeah, 100% linen, so that's for sure a main reason that I did pick this up as well. And there's no stains or anything like that on there. Hopefully not. Sometimes you catch stains better through the screen than I do in real life. All right, and we are on the last item, which of course is like the least exciting, but I still like it. And it is from Knox Rose. It is an older Knox Rose piece for sure, but definitely not vintage. It is a size small. I got this for only $2. I do think that this is a really cute dress. So even though I am trying to pick up either more interesting vintage pieces or higher quality modern pieces, I'll definitely still pick up like a Target piece or even like an Old Navy piece if I feel like it does have a lot going for it. But all right, you guys, that was everything I got on my first thrift trip here in the Charleston, South Carolina area. And if you are from the area and you have some thrift store recommendations, definitely let me know down below. There are some, of course, very wealthy areas closer to Charleston, like some of the islands. The homes are quite expensive because they're right on the water, so I'm really excited to check out some of the thrift stores when I go to the different beaches. And I'm just so excited to get back into thrifting, get back into making content for this channel. I have missed it a lot, but I did also enjoy my break a bit. And if you like this video, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. It really does help my channel out a lot. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!